You have permission to worship us now! Oh, hey! Dog snout my ass. Camera. You have permission to worship us now!
TNA boys representing today here on our Tout Bout Extreme Rules 2013 prediction show.
Totally ass backwards, but we are the wannabes of bad influence. And this is a complete mockery of what WWE does to us, so we're going to do it right back to them.
Yeah, they would be WWE Tag Champions, but
of the
WWE
world
does not have a tag division. I don't know if you guys have been watching lately.
But speaking of tag division, that's a great way to start off the prediction show. For something that we've all been talking about and wanting to see for a while, it's going to be Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns of The Shield versus Kane and Daniel Bryan of Team Hell No in a Tornado Tag Team Championship match.
For the World Tag Team Championship of the world. Prediction, Baboon, what do you think?
I'm going Shield here. I think it's time for the Shield to pick up some belts and get some momentum going in their movement, and I think it's going to happen at Extreme Rules.
All great factions hold the Tag Team Championship at one point or another, and here's the Shield's beginning, is with the Tag Team Championships.
I kind of have to agree. They haven't lost yet. We haven't seen too much of Rollins and Reigns, and just as a tag team, you know, Ambrose is always floating around, but he's got a match too. But this is also an opportunity for all three of them to walk away with gold. I predict Shield will finally stop Team Hell No, and Dean Ambrose, for our next match to predict, will beat Kofi Kingston for the United States Championship of the United States.
Baboon?
Yeah, I see Ambrose winning this match. I think it's a great place for him to get a belt and start his quest towards either the heavyweight title or the WWE Championship. And I think Kofi's a great opponent for him to face off against.
Most people who win the U.S. Championship go on to be a World Heavyweight or a WWE Champion in the near future. Except for Kofi Kingston and Santino Marella. But other than that, The Miz, Ziggler, Swagger... You have, and Zack Ryder. Can't forget about Zack Ryder. Ultimate jobber. But either way, this is Ambrose's way to take the spotlight. This is the company's way of giving him his chance to really shine as the leader of the Shield. It's hard to think that he's going to win. Or it's hard to think that he's going to lose, but I'm predicting Kofi wins, actually.
And I got a side question for you guys. If the Shield wins all the belts that they're competing against, will they use the Freebird clause and to defend the tag titles?
Not if Ambrose straight up wins the U.S. title. No way.
I think we're just going to have to see about that, whether they're going to switch off like Freebird style on the, as far as defending the titles. I think that them winning titles is probably going to lead to their first losses because they can't hold the titles forever. But, you know, eventually they're going to have to lose. It does happen in wrestling. They had a really nice run, and they are still very dominant. But I think that we're going to see on Monday after Extreme Rules, all three members of Shield with the gold around their waist.
In their yard, stomping everybody out.
Let's go to our next match. Our pre-show is going to start off with The Miz versus Cody Rhodes in a match of the most overrated wrestler versus the most underrated wrestler of the world. My prediction, Miz is coming back. Cody's still underrated. Cody will lose. Miz wins.
Miz made a return on Raw. He got it. He got his little pop. It wasn't as big as it's been in the past, but I really think Miz is going to come back and give Cody Rhodes the push here. I think Cody will win. He deserves it. I mean, the Miz has had everything. Cody really is still kind of young and fresh and starting off. So it would be a good push for him and to where we don't know, maybe into the U.S. title scene, maybe Intercontinental title scene again. We'll see Cody, hopefully.
I want Cody to win. I really like The Miz, though. I think both are kind of underrated as far as wrestling goes. But it's a waste of a pre-show. This match would be a lot better if they both had a chance to talk to each other because they're very good mic guys.
Agreed.
But maybe it's a good way for them to start a rivalry. I don't know because WWE kind of fails with this one. But Miz wins by submission. Sandow gets knocked around. Yeah. Next match. Fandango versus Chris Jericho. all of pretty much who we like worship and work
Well,
out for.
I mean, Chris Jericho's got to win this one. He's been beat up like a little bitch, especially in the whole Monday night thing.
Dance off.
Couldn't beat him on the floor, so he beat him with the floor. Good joke, Jerry. It's ridiculous. I don't think these guys really like each other. I don't think Fandango's really proven himself as a wrestler yet, but he's clearly getting the big push. They even are putting the words for people to sing along on the big screen overward, and it's like da 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 da. You know, like it's ridiculous. I think that Jericho needs to beat Fandango for his first loss at Extreme Rules, and hopefully in a ridiculous high flying match. But I can't expect it going more than 10 minutes. And again, another waste of Chris Jericho.
You know, the problem with this is like last year at Extreme Rules, oh my God, vividly remember Chris Jericho and CM Punk for the WWE Championship in a Chicago street fight.
That's right.
And to see him fall this far down the card just to help some developmental talent is a little depressing. But I am a big fan of Johnny Curtis, and I also think that Fandango is going to win. Leg drop, top rope.
Baboon.
I'm going to have to go with Jericho in this one. You know, Jericho came out at the end of Raw and made his little promo, his serious promo. I think he's going to come out and just give it to Fandango. You know, after putting up with all the crap that he's been doing to him, I think he's going to finally get one back and bring one home for Team Y2J there.
Team Y2J.
And that dance partner, oh my God, was amazing.
Who's dance partner?
Jericho's.
Oh,
Yeah, she's on the show. She's on.
so hot.
It doesn't make her
Stars.
any less hot.
No, she's
Yeah,
built.
and Summer Rae's really dope too.
Yeah.
And how do you pay like one of the best ballroom dancers in the world to show up on your show and actually not ballroom dance?
Awesome.
That's good because I didn't want to see Jericho dance again anyway.
Only
My
WWE.
mom makes fun of Jericho's dancing skills because she's a huge Dancing with the Stars fan, but you know, as are most 7-year-old women. So thankfully we didn't have to see Jericho dance, but again, it's a waste.
Can he dance?
Oh, beautiful, Lord, for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountain majesty above the fruited plain, Lord, America. I love you, America. God, send your grace on me, round that good wind, from sea to shining sea.
Next match. Big
He's-
Show versus Randy Orton.
No DQ.
We think it's no DQ. They kind of say no rules, and it's kind of anywhere. They haven't really labeled the match.
It's extreme.
It's extreme.
Who's your pick, Professor? Who do you think on this one?
I mean, Orton is so cut and dry now. Big Show's going to win. He's going to punch him in the face.
Interesting. Baboon?
I mean, this match is really just something we've seen over and over and over again. I mean, do we really even
Agreed.
care? As much as I like Orton, I think Show's going to give it to him. He's going to hit him with a KO or some other object.
It's
maybe
not the weapons of mass
stairs.
destruction anymore. It's a KO
It is Extreme
punch.
Rules, so anything can happen,
Oh,
but
God.
I have a feeling that Show may take this one.
I could give a quarter ounce of a slippery shit about this match. It's like a fart in a room that lingers since WrestleMania. Like, there's really no beef. There's nothing going on with these guys afterwards. So, you know what? Orton ends up winning the match because he's the fan favorite, RKO. I don't care what the side rules are. Both these guys, they don't dislike each other. And I don't really see a fantastic match coming out of this. Another quick 10-minute match to save some room for Triple H and Brock Lesnar, which will probably be the longest match of the night.
Should we just go right into that one? Triple H versus Brock Lesnar in a steel cage.
Let's talk about this. It's been a year that according to Triple H, but it's been also a year of Triple H breaking his arm and not showing up for 6 months, and Brock Lesnar, boom, 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 appear here and there.
And a year ago, Brock Lesnar lost to Cena in the main event at Extreme Rules.
Mm-hmm.
So, whatever. Brock Lesnar wins because he's just a real man, and Triple H can't fight him all the time the way Brock Lesnar needs to be fought. It's that simple.
Baboon?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Lesnar. I mean, obviously they're not paying him all this money to come back and lose matches. I mean, Triple H got the last one, so obviously it would be Brock Lesnar
At WrestleMania.
You're
too.
not a monster when you don't have a good win-loss record.
When you can't win.
Yeah.
And beat a guy who's like 105.
This is the official rubber match. Losing to Triple H is not going to put his career up any further than it already is. Brock Lesnar needs to win this match at Extreme Rules. That's 3 Brock Lesnars across the board.
Bring it back!
Strap match time between the Celtic Warrior Sheamus, the whitest man in wrestling, versus the darkest man in wrestling Sexual Chocolate.
All right, here's
Mark
my
Henry.
problem with this match. Who did Mark Henry face at WrestleMania?
That would be Ryback.
And who did
The
Mark
Ryback.
Henry lose to at WrestleMania?
The Ryback.
Actually, he didn't lose.
Oh, no, that's right. He did win.
He beat Ryback.
He did win. That's
but
right.
somehow, he's in the undercard while Ryback is challenging for the WWE Championship. But, so what do?
Another
You
story for
replace
another day.
him with a bona fide perennial championship contender, and you give him a good match that WWE fans haven't seen. Sheamus is a worker. Mark Henry is a worker. This is going to be actually a lot better match than people are going to give it right away. I think Sheamus wins victoriously, but it's going to be the most brutal match of the night, by far.
Baboon?
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with Sheamus on this one. Both of these guys are just god-awful strong. But I think, everyone's expecting Mark Henry to drag Sheamus around like a rag doll. I don't think that's going to happen. I think
We're going to see it.
Sheamus, I think, is going to pick this dude up and walk around with him on his shoulders and touch all 4 pins.
I think we're going to be awfully surprised.
I think Sheamus will pick him up and carry him around the ring.
Sheamus at Extreme Rules last year had a great showing against Daniel Bryan in a best 2 out of 3 falls match and won really convincingly. That's when I was really sold on Sheamus's wrestling ability, and I think Mark Henry's going to give him a further push on his brawler ability.
I agree on the background and the backstory, everything leading up to it. There's some genuine bad blood built up in the whole storyline behind this match, so I am looking forward to it. I'm going to go ahead and be the odd man out and say that Mark Henry is going to actually win this match. But again, in the same point where he beat Ryback, Ryback still got his revenge at the end. I don't think this match is over after Extreme Rules. I think this actually may carry on until SummerSlam. I see Mark Henry winning this one.
We're seeing Sheamus as the Giant Slayer right now. He may not win the matches, but he fucking destroys him on his way out. And that's a cool character. It's a lot better than what I was expecting from Sheamus around this time.
I quit watching WWE because they suck. No. The I Quit match is for the World Heavyweight Championship #1 contender spot because Ziggler got a concussion in the head. He's concussed. And we're going to be watching Jack Swagger, a Real American, versus Alberto Del Rio. I was really looking forward to the ladder match between all 3 of these guys, and Big E and AJ and Ricardo and Zeb, and it was going to be a big, huge
could have
thing.
Happened.
Anything. It would have been a phenomenal match.
And all 3 of the guys in that ring who are actually going for the title are good wrestlers who can handle and
Good
carry
workers.
matches. And they could all tell stories. And without Ziggler, it's kind of like going McDonald's for Sunday dinner. With Ziggler, it's like Thanksgiving every Sunday.
You lose the speed, you lose the show off, you lose a lot of the flash of this match. There's not a lot of flash between Swagger and ADR. They're 2 big guys that know how to wrestle, but Ziggler brought the sizzle. And now the sizzle's gone. We're going to watch these 2 dudes beat the shit out of each other. And honestly, who do you put up on top? Swagger, this is the 5th time he's hurt somebody since he's come back. I don't think he's going to get the push. So, hey, give it to ADR in a match that didn't exist a week ago. My prediction is that Alberto Del Rio wins.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with ADR. He is the ex-world champion. And, it's interesting to see where they're going to go. Are they going to go and take a TNA angle on this where instead of saying I quit, the guy just passes out and can no longer compete? Or is one of these guys going to actually say I quit? It's kind of hard to say. Both of them, they're both tough. They both could go. So
It's not like
interesting to see what happens.
It's not like this is a moment where we're going to see Shawn Michaels tap out or Bret Hart tap out. or John Cena, the man who's never tapped out,
Or
tap
Stone
out.
Cold pass
Yeah.
out from the pain.
This is two guys who we've seen tap out. These are two guys who we've seen lose world titles. These are two guys who kind of have very simple but perfect styles in the ring.
And simple submission moves
Yeah.
as well to tap out to.
And they're good. They're good wrestlers. There's just what Big Pop said. There's no flash. You lost a lot of the umph. I don't even care. Swagger's not going to win this match because of all of the real life stuff he's involved. And now you took out the champion. That's a big deal, especially when they were priming him for this long. So I don't think they're going to give it to him, but he probably deserves it as far as storyline and ability goes.
So you're picking...
I want to go with Swagger, but
All right, here
I
we
don't
go.
really think it's going to happen.
Last match of the evening will be the last man standing WWE Championship on the line as we see John Cena wrestle somebody who doesn't deserve a WWE Championship shot in the Ryback.
The Ryback.
Ryback rules.
It's again one of these stories that they're just trying to force this down our throat. There's so many other better wrestlers who deserve a shot at this championship against Cena. After all the struggles that Cena had, does Cena really lose this title? But can a Ryback afford to lose another match? I don't see them putting the WWE strap on Ryback after Extreme Rules. Too much is stacked up against Cena, and Ryback is going to end up what he's been doing, is losing big matches on pay-per-views. He's really good at it. So, unfortunately, Cena continues to his reign as the WWE champion after Extreme Rules. My choice, Cena wins.
I'm not expecting too much out of this match. I mean, combined, these guys have about 6 to 7 moves together that they can do.
Five of them being Cena's.
Yeah, 5 of Cena's. Ryback maybe has 1 or 2.
Meat hook!
Meat hook! Shell sock over, done, finish it.
I love his DVD commentary during wrestling. Like I'm gonna do meat hook now. Finish it. It's done. That's what the fuck, dude.
The only way that I see Ryback could possibly actually win this match would be for Ambrose to beat him later on for the WWE Championship, but I think it's way too soon for that to even come down the pipe. So I'm going to have to go with Cena retains because Cena is Superman and will kick out to anything imaginable, including a dumpster falling on him. So
Anvil, Looney Tunes style. Cena doesn't lose last man standing matches. He hasn't lost one. Probably never will lost one. That hustle, loyalty, respect, I never quit, I never give up. They're going to keep that character until he has a character change. So he's not going to lose this match. But we are seeing a trend is that they're building up monsters just for Cena to destroy in the end. And you need somebody else to step up. You need somebody else to do it. You're already ruining the title. The prestige that Punk worked so hard to put back into that championship that he had to leave wrestling for.
we've had 10 years of Cena. Let's get something else.
The biggest kind of out of the box prediction I can think of this match is to have. I know Punk's not going to be back, but to have Punk come back during this match and help Ryback win over Cena, and have Cena and Punk go on their own thing and let Ryback run with the WWE Championship as a possibility.
You know what? I like that because you know what? There is a chance that Punk can come down as the elaborate 4th member of the Shield and interfere in the match, maybe with a mask on or something, so you won't see his face.
I think it's too late for that. He's not the member of the Shield. Now you're just bringing up new guys for the Shield.
I think another prediction too, just simply based on Paul Heyman's Twitter about talking to an ex-star, is that we will see the return of RVD on Sunday. I don't know in what level though. I don't know in what match where he comes back to start shit. I don't think it's going to be one of the top matches because RVD is not going to be one of the top guys if he does come back.
I disagree.
I think in the middle card.
I think. Well, Wade Barrett has no match. Yet again, the Intercontinental Champion is not doing anything. But I think if RVD would have gotten involved in Extreme Rules, it would have been in the ladder match with Ziggler. And he would have interrupted and interjected himself into that rivalry really fast. Like a Ziggler win, only to come out for the crowd to pump Rob Van Dam up and get the Van Daminator, and then that's how that match ends. Or that's like the end of that match after the match.
Yeah,
is
you know
over.
what? It is Extreme Rules, so we could see a Van Daminator with a chair.
Yeah.
It's very possible.
Somebody think maybe he could interfere anywhere, but
We're going to have to see. We know that judging by the Monday Night Raws leading up to this stuff, this Monday Night Raw was just booty, and I'm not expecting much out of Extreme Rules. So that's actually good. It puts me in a spot where if they do something surprising or there are really good matches, then I'll be surprised. But if it stays along the same level as it has been with Monday Night Raw and the wrestling they're putting out, I'm not expecting much from this pay-per-view.
Are we at a point where we can expect a good match from the Shield now? Is that dangerous? Are we playing with fire with that one?
I mean, just look who they're fighting. They're fighting Team Hell.
Seth Rollins and Daniel
Bryan
alone.
Kane. I mean, you have great talent in the ring. All guys can compete.
There is a story to be told with this match, and we'll see if they execute it.
I'd like to see if there's actually a clear-cut winner, and to say the Shield actually physically destroys Team Hell No and legitimately win the belt, or if something else happens, and that's why they win the straps.
That would be a good moment for a fourth member.
I hope they don't add a fourth member. It's the Shield's already great on their own, and adding a fourth member is just diminishing the.
I agree, but if you bring up
singles career of all three of these,
I agree, but if you bring up the guys that aren't anybody in this company, like Cassius Ohno, who was in the Kings of Wrestling and Ring of Honor, or an El Generico, who now has a different name and a different package in the WWE NXT. I think it could be successful because all the IWC guys, the Internet Wrestling community, are going to mark out. They're going to go crazy. And if they're going to be put in the Shield, they're not going to be put in a situation where they're going to look weak because they haven't made anybody from the Shield look weak.
Yeah, we've seen this firsthand. You know, we've seen Cassius Ohno fighting at Access, and he had a lot of people behind him. So they have these fans. They have these people that they
already know him. So if I think that if somebody joins the Shield, it would have to be one of them. I think like the ultimate screw job on the Shield is if Shawn Michaels joins them, or you know what I'm saying, or if it's like I don't know, like somebody lame
Spike Dudley.
Yes, like they bring Rhino back or something.
Goldberg.
Like we don't want to see
Tommy Dreamer showing up.
Mike Knox. Like Mike Knox leaves Aces and Eights to join the Shield. Like that's what we don't want to see that. But
Meanie's coming back.
That's the end of our show. Extreme Rules. Hopefully it'll be more awesome than we think. Going to the extreme. Bad Influence. TNA style. Fuck WWE. Not really. But
tune in next week to see our predictions are right. We're out. Peace.